My name is Sarah Mackey. I'm an organizational development consultant with Habitat for Humanity International. Habitat for Humanity is designed to alleviate poverty housing throughout the United States and throughout the entire world. So we do that through building hope and building communities to make that happen. Habitat for Humanity has one of the greatest assets, which is the power of volunteers. And Habitat's mission is really carried out by those volunteers who come together to build houses, to build community, to do the fundraising activities, and provide board leadership for Habitat affiliates. So without our volunteers, we really would not be able to fulfill our mission. So it's definitely our greatest asset. I think a major challenge for nonprofit organizations right now really is funding. I think a lot of nonprofit organizations have been focused on some revenue sources that are really drying up now, and it's all about diversification of fundraising and revenue sources so that you can still fulfill your mission during challenging economic times. And that's really a challenge that nonprofits are facing and overcoming right now. Habitat for Humanity is really based on collaborations and bringing together community partnerships. And part of that is with other nonprofit organizations, whether it's other nonprofits that are providing family support services to families that we're building homes for, but it's also working with other entities that are not nonprofits and doing cross-sector collaborations, whether it's unions that we're working with for the construction of homes or cities to help rebuild neighborhoods within their districts. So it's really, collaboration's an important key, but it's really not restricted to nonprofits. It's really a broader base of government organizations, public entities, private businesses, as well as other nonprofits. I think a lot of nonprofits all have the common foundation of utilizing public funds to address a community issue. And they do that through board leadership. And all nonprofit organizations, no matter if they're multi-million-dollar nonprofits or a small PTA or PTO group at a local school, all have that board that provides that community leadership to represent the community and how those funds are dispersed. So that's definitely a common ground for nonprofits and something nonprofits can continue to always improve and strive to maximize. I think nonprofits in Illinois have a great opportunity to work together more collaboratively in their public policy advocacy efforts. When we look at nonprofits, a lot of times we're really segmented in how we are advocating for our issues that we care about to the state legislature. And I think one effective use of all of our great volunteers and staff and clients throughout all of our nonprofits would be if we can unify those efforts and better advocate for our entire sector at the statewide level. You know, there's a lot of things you learn as a nonprofit professional, and I think one thing that I've learned in my career is the importance of working for free and working above what you're expected to be performing at. And as a young nonprofit professional, that was really important to me, to take on as many volunteer leadership roles as I could to gain experience and to take on internships to gain experience. And that really set me up for success as I move forward with that. So I think that was very important. Other things that I've learned is just the importance of engaging volunteers within your operations. Every time you take on a task, think of ways you can involve the community, because we are community-based, as many nonprofits are, and I think that's a really important lesson. Another thing is just to always be planning for the future and looking forward. I think it's really challenging as nonprofit professionals. We always have so many balls up in the air that we can be consumed with our daily challenges that sometimes it seems a luxury to be able to look forward to the future. And I think as nonprofit professionals, we need to make sure that we're still focused not only on what we're achieving right now, but what we can do in the future. I think one thing that we can do to address a challenge in the nonprofit sector together is just to increase the professionalism and professional development opportunities for all of our staff. I think a lot of times nonprofit organizations are having challenging budget situations, and one of those first things that gets cut is professional development opportunities and training for our staff. And when we stop investing in that, we're really stopping the growth potential for our organizations. And I think furthering the dialogue about ways to help better train staff and provide professional development opportunities, as well as rewarding those that do further their education with additional information about the nonprofit sector. How can we reward them for that to help increase the professionalism of the nonprofit sector?